Hello. Right. Today is the January the 22nd. I noticed I've had quite a few views of last Saturday's video, the first one, but not the second one. So I just thought for those people who are following it, would like maybe a bit of an update. First of all, I mentioned that the cash box that I was keeping vitamin pills in, my mother had got through it, but her hair had been left in the box, and also that she contaminated it. If you watch the other one, she contaminated it with biowarfare germs. Took a vitamin, my guts dropped out. That was just before Christmas. I bought that cash box in Carmarthen just before Christmas, and well, I was a bit upset really, because everything you need so much discipline when your parents buy water terrors. But that Saturday night, their friends were around, and I was wearing a tracksuit, so I went out and I took my car keys, but I left the keys for the cash box and the padlock for my toolbox on the desk, and they pinched them. So I think they find that justified. They also had a strange phone call. Sometimes they get them, and my mother takes this call sometimes, and she always answers them. Okay, 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 yes, okay. And they're not conversations. Like this handler ringing up, giving them instructions. Also, it's a jar of coconut oil. Now, I was given a jar of coconut oil, which is very good because I'm reading Aggressive Health by Mike Nash, which is a book advertised on the front page of David Icke's website, and I bought it last May. Getting more and more into it all the time. But the coconut oil is very good too. And because it was in a jar, I couldn't open it in this house. I can't eat like that. I've got to buy food from the supermarket, bring it home, wash my hands with vinegar to make sure there aren't any contaminants on my hands, and eat that way. I mean, cups and things. You find cultures dropped in the bottom of cups sometimes. You look in the bottom of a cup, and there's a blob, a germ bomb has been blobbed to the bottom of the cup. So obviously, don't use that cup. I was told by MI5 what it is. It's Helicobacter pylori, but that's not what the only thing they use, because Cryptosporidium, Giardia, Salmonella, and the rare strain of E. coli. These are all the weapons they will use. You might wonder why they don't use something deadly and contagious. Well, they killed Mo Mowlam, they killed Linda Lee Potter, the Daily Mail, they killed Tony Banks MP. There's quite a lot of people gone under. And of course, the Clostridium difficile that came off the shelf at Portland Down, they had a crack at me with that. And that's gone worldwide. That's killed thousands and thousands of people. But not me, obviously. And well, you can't apologise for it. They got it wrong. So so I'm moving away. I spent a night away, came back, getting my things together, getting out of here. But obviously, they're just going to work on that, aren't they? They're not going to accept that you've just moved out of harm's way. I mean, I've tried this before. Well, first of all, when the biowarfare started, I was living in a bedsit. But I was drinking out of a water bottle. I was living there happily for a long time, no trouble with diarrhea. And then the germ warfare started in May 2002, and I even tried sterilising the bottle, but obviously the landlord just came in when you're not there, contaminated the bottle. I actually put the address I used to live, and a report was handed around in Dublin, and the SAS nicked the report. They saw it and it got rewritten without the address in it. It's just one of the things I noticed. I've been reading through the thread I'm going to post this on, and some of it's just not This Walter Mitty thing, you know, this Walter Mitty uh, jibe became well known in British culture after I used it to describe Tony Blair, you know, and Alistair Campbell then used it to describe Dr. David Kelly, yeah? Or at least that's the popular perception. What actually happened was Tom Kelly, you know, the Downing Street spin-off, that said the second source of the Sexed Up dossier story was a Walter Mitty fantasist in MI6. For 24 hours, the name game said, right, who's the second source of the story? And then they decided they didn't want a double-sourced story, so they apologised for calling Dr. David Kelly a Walter Mitty fantasist. But they'd never done that. Okay? They called the second source of the story a Walter Mitty fantasist. Because Lord Hutton had a go at the BBC, so you mustn't run single-sourced stories, because the story was never single-sourced. Okay, according to that information. But the 45 minutes claim Tony Blair made was allegedly alleged by the press office single-sourced, but we know it wasn't. We know that Tony Blair had already admitted that he made up most of the evidence in that document. This wasn't even single-sourced; it was just made up. Yeah, so why do these inferior beings, they've got this fantasy, haven't they? If they wanted you dead, you'd be dead. But, you know, who are these people, you know, that are so brilliant? Yeah? Prince Charles, you know, having his breakfast with his eggs. There's 7 of them lined up. Left. Where's the butler's got to chip the left one? No, on the left, not to the left. Eh? And then it goes to 7 of them, you know, so you've got middle, left, right, on the right, yeah. And what about the other ones? Well, he's not going to bloody point, right? So it's quite funny, so they want to number them, yeah. I mean, these people are buffoons, you know. So yeah, they murdered Dr. David Kelly, and they murdered Tony Banks, Mo Molam, Paul Foot the Guardian, Robin Cook, Richard Whiteley. You know, they have murdered a lot of people, but not me, you know, because I'm good. I'm very good. You know, they don't have anyone of my caliber, and that is why they have to ram on this fantasy. If they wanted you dead, you'd be dead, yeah, because it's schoolyard stuff, isn't it? Someone comes up and hits you, yeah, you hit them back, they go to cry. Next thing you know, they've gone around telling everyone they beat you up. You know, it's a diddums. Yeah, well, that's what this is, isn't it? They wanted you dead, you'd be dead. They don't have anyone as good as I am. And okay, you could just, well, it's easy to kill someone, you know. I mean, I could have killed any one of them, you know. Well, quite easily, you know. I've done it with my bare hands, you know. Like they killed Dr. David Kelly. They just rolled one, snapped his neck, you know. That's not the difficult part, is it? You know, it's the information around it. You know, what happens then? You know? Now, we've got a system of courts in this country, you know, and murder is an abomination if you're a commoner and you kill someone. If you're Prince Charles, you know, you get High Court judges to lie through their teeth, saying, "No, I see no evidence." You know, we've heard Nelson, you know, puts the telescope to his blind eye and says, "I see no ships." Well, the High Court judge thinks he's being funny, you know, and he sees all this evidence that Lady Diana was murdered. Yeah, and he says, "I haven't seen any evidence." You know, and well, that's the way they do it. They operate these plebiscites. You know, we don't have impartial judiciary. We don't have impartial police force. They all got an allegiance to the Queen. Yeah, they will tell the lies the Queen wants them to tell. Yeah? But I won't. You see, because I am more powerful than they are because I have the truth. Yeah. Now, all the ego will never accept that. You know, but there it is. You know, Gandhi. Yeah, he was honest. He had the truth. He was more powerful. He overpowered the British Empire. A man in sandals. Yeah. So how are they not very powerful? Because they don't have the truth. All they have is lies on their side, and it's as simple as that. Now, if you can't understand that, yeah, if you're going to rant on about, you know, how they've got all these resources